Hello everyone, so once again welcome back. So in this video, as previous video, I already told about the bleeding disorder, which is of two type, that is platelet disorder and due to coagulative disorder. So particularly in this video I am going to tell you about the bleeding disorder due to the platelets. So due to the platelets means there is platelet disorder which cause the bleeding. So in platelet disorder, what will happen to the platelet, that it cause the bleeding. So either there is deficiency of the platelets, either there is decrease the platelet count, or the other things which happen is that the platelet function will defect, or the second is the platelet function is defective. So defect in the platelet function. So these were the two reasons of the platelet disorder. First one is the decreased level of the platelet count, or there is function of the platelet is defective. Now how the platelet count will decrease. So platelet count decrease, so the most important is the ITP, that is immune thrombocytopenic purpura, that is immunothrombocytopenic purpura. So ITP, it is of two types. First one is the acute one and the second one is the chronic. So acute ITP and chronic ITP. So ITP, please remember from here that ITP is type 2 hypersensitivity reaction. So it is the example of type 2 hypersensitivity reaction, that is immune thrombocytopenic purpura. So it is either acute or the other form is the chronic ITP. So what is the basic difference between the acute and the chronic one? So acute means it occurs in the early age. So it occurs earlier, and chronic will took a time to occur. So in the acute, so acute ITP is occur in the child, while the chronic one is in adult. Chronic one is an adult, and usually the females will be affected. In the chronic ITP, there in the question you get the history of the viral infection. So in the question we have the history of viral infection of acute ITP, while for the chronic infection there is no history of viral infection. There is no history of viral infection. Now these were the 2 points, that acute one is occur in children, while the chronic one is appear in the adult, and there is no history of viral infection. Now the third point, that in the acute ITP, the platelet count is around 50,000, while in the chronic one the platelet count is very low. So in this the platelet count is markedly low. In this the platelet count is markedly low, while for the treatment of the acute ITP, so the treatment is in this the spontaneous recovery is within the 6 month. So the spontaneous recovery in acute ITP is within the 6th month, within 6 month, while for the chronic ITP the recovery is more than 6 month, and for chronic one we have to give the treatment with steroids. We have to give treatment with steroids. So the treatment is steroids, and the treatment will take, the recovery will take more than 6 months in the chronic ITP. Now that is about the acute and chronic ITP. Now the other one is the platelet function defect. So in the platelet function defect, as we all know, the function of the platelet is adhesion, aggregation and activation. So here their function will be defective. So the first function will be defected is if there is GP1B and GP9 is defective. GP1B and GP9 is defective, that will help in the platelet adhesion. So basically platelet adhesion will be defective. Then that is known as Bernard-Soulier syndrome. That is known as Bernard-Soulier syndrome if platelet adhesion is defective. And what we find in this, we find in this a big or a giant platelets is seen. Big or a giant platelets were seen in the Bernard-Soulier syndrome. So please remember that Bernard-Soulier syndrome is seen when there is GP1B or GP9 defective, or rather we can say that if there is platelet adhesion is defective. So we can also remember it by the name that GP1B, that is B. B stands for Bernard-Solier syndrome. And the second one, the second defective is if there is platelet aggregation defective, and platelet aggregation will be helped through by GP2B and GP9. GP2B and GP3A, sorry. GP2B and GP3A defective is there, then there is what will happen, then the other syndrome will occur, that is Glange-Mann syndrome, that is Glange-Mann thrombasthenia, Glange-Mann thrombasthenia. So if the aggregation will be defective, then Glange-Mann thrombasthenia will occur. If adhesion is defective, then Bernard-Solier syndrome will occur. So this is the about the platelet disorder, that is due to the platelet function defective or due to decrease of platelet count. Platelet count will be decreased when the reason is ITP, that is immune thrombocytopenic purpura. It is of two type, acute and chronic one. Acute will occur in the child, while the chronic one will appear in the adult. And in the chronic one, there is no history of viral infection, and platelet count is markedly low. And for this, the treatment will recovery will take more than 6 months, and the treatment is by steroids, while for the acute ITP, spontaneous recovery within 6 months will be there. So, and the other one is the platelet function defective, and either it is adhesion or aggregation defective. If adhesion is effective, then Bernard-Solier syndrome, and if aggregation is defective, then Glange-Mann thrombasthenia will occur. So that's all about the platelet disorder. I hope you get benefit of this video. Thank you. Bye bye guys.